Hey guys, Uniqueness Essentials here. So for today's video, I'll be working on my living room windows that measure 9 feet by 10 feet. I know it's a lot, but I had to give it a try. So I'm going to be starting off with a foam board and cutting it to the measurement that I'll be needing and adding pieces that I'm going to be using as a board for the top of my windows. I will glue them the way they are with the hot glue gun first, and then I'll use craft sticks to make sure that it stays strong. When I was done, I covered it with fabric, and this is the same fabric that I'll be using for the curtains. When I was done with this, I kept it aside, and then I took plates that I got from Party City, the large and small plates. Now these plates also are sold at the Dollar Tree, but they don't have them right now, and I think it usually comes during the Christmas seasons. Now I'm cutting just the outer parts of this plate because that's what I'll be needing for the project. And I've had a lot of people complain that theirs keep cracking. Mine does as well. It's never a perfect cut. But I noticed that the more I did it, the more I got a hang of it. While you're making this cut, don't worry about the inner sides showing so much because cutting it into two is going to make it much easier to tackle the inner sides. Another easy way of getting these pieces is to just take the plate and cut it into two. Now this is the smaller plate. All I did was just cut it into two before I then cut out the outer parts of the plates that I'll need. I cut 4 large plates and 2 small plates in total for just this piece. Now I'm going to turn this piece that I have to the back and then glue the plates behind. I'll be starting with the larger pieces. After gluing the first line, I then turned it to the front and continued gluing the remaining pieces. I made 2 of these designs for 1 window. I have 7 curtain brackets in total, and I'll be using 3 for each panel. I was going to use this hook before to mount it on the brackets, but the bracket is really thick and it won't go through. And because I didn't have a wider hook at home, all I had was a rope, so I just cut little pieces of rope and glued it there, and that's what I'm going to be using to mount this on the brackets. This is extremely light in weight, so the rope would do just fine. For the middle part, I'll be using this large decorative wooden piece that I got from Michael's craft store. I will place this piece on a foam board and trace out the shape, leaving a little bit of allowance at the top and at the bottom. I carved out the shape and covered it with fabric. cutting the fabric like this makes it easy to glue it on. I spray painted the wooden piece silver. This comes with provisions for hanging. I'll make a mark for where the point for hanging is, and I'll be using a very unconventional method for helping me out locate where the points are with a nail polish. Now I'm going to be making holes on those points. And then gluing them together. I'll be using a blue velvet fabric for my living room, and it was really hard getting all the measurements that I needed, considering the size of my window, so I had to go to different stores looking for something similar to what I already had, and this is all I could come up with. Now, because I'm not good with a sewing machine, I'll be using this peel and stick to attach the fabrics together. I got really worried about the two fabrics that I was using that are looking a little bit different, but it doesn't look that bad when it's mounted on the window because the camera roll is what's making it look too obvious. But when it's mounted on the window, it doesn't look that bad. I really had no choice because the roll itself, it's not wide enough to cover up my window, and it's 9 feet long and 10 feet wide. So I had to use 4 different drops per window, having 2 drops glued together for one side and 2 drops glued together for the second side. When I was done, I turned it over and then used a different fabric for the inside. I want something shiny on the inside, and that was why I went for this fabric. I'm still using the peel and stick to attach both fabrics together. This is the top part, and I'm going to fold it like this and glue it. This is an easy way for me to hang my curtains up, so I'm going to be using a ruler to measure 5 inches apart, and then on each point I'll be using metal curtain rings. Now, considering the size of my window, I had to use blue velvet that was really light in weight. So if you're going to be doing the same thing, you have to use a fabric that's really light so that you don't put too much weight on the window. I mounted it on the window and this is what it looks like. I also mounted what I made and then later decided to just change the sheer curtains on the inside. I used a different silver fabric for the other window. Now all I did was just to pick the fabric using this point down here as my guide and lift it up and hanged it on the wall. You can have it as high as you want, but I decided to just leave mine at this point. I added a decorative wooden piece at the middle. And I used this trim to decorate the edges of the drapery. I had to make another board for the middle part at the top. I'll be using this to hold the draperies by the side. I didn't want to cover the middle part of my window too much because I still want to enjoy the sunlight that comes through it. This is a really simple way to update your window, and I'm so glad that finally I was able to do this to mine. I really hope you guys enjoyed this idea, and remember to like this video and share it with your friends and families. Thank you all so much for watching. Now I have other DIY videos linked in the description box below to check them out, and don't forget to click on the subscribe button.